Hey guys, this is take 3 of the Bush League show. Hopefully we can salvage some of the motet conversation.
Okay. And we're black. I mean, I'm black.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Funny thing about my black.
Hell yeah. Well, we thought we were recording, but we had some good conversations about music. Do we want to
give them the old? Well, let's just keep going and we'll swing back to it. But yeah. Anyways, dude, it's been a while since it's been you and me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have any guests in the studio today.
Nope.
We figured our 28 Spotify listeners, and that's the
28.
only.
We got 28.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's 7 times 4.
Whoa, is that
that's 14 times?
Did you do a bunch of do you remember doing the times tables in elementary school where it was like 100 questions and you had to do it in a certain amount of time, and it was like 2 times 2, and then it would go all the way up?
I destroyed those.
Dude, I did too.
Yeah. I was a little because I remember, bro. Shout out to the boy Cameron Knox. I haven't seen him in years, but it was like he was like the one guy that would always finish first. He finished everything first, and he was a smart kid too. And I was like, bro, so it was like a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm talking, started elementary school to middle school.
Yep.
But yeah, dude.
Have to have that guy to push you. I always made myself food motivated. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna eat a snack after I destroy this, and I'd hand it in. I'd be like, here, give me my fucking goldfish.
I missed out on a lot of those prizes because I was notorious for not putting my name on my paper. Oh. I was bad. It started in like third grade.
And
grade.
This was in the 90s when everyone was named Michael.
Bro, yeah. Well, it was, they knew it was mine though, because like I'm not bragging. Like it would be right. It would be like it would be 100 if I put my name on paper. If it was 90, they'd score it. My uncle, this is Mike, because every single thing is right, but his name's on his paper.
Dude, that's actually like a flex. And, you're just like fuck you. I know I got 100. I got 100.
So much trouble because of that. Like in school, like teachers, and I'm like, why is this such a big? Like, I'm sorry, but did I not answer? Did I not do what was supposed to be done?
Listen, Michael, when you grow up, you're going to have to put your name on things.
Yeah.
Or else you're not going to be able.
Yeah.
People aren't going to know.
I know.
Man, I miss the 90s.
That's why I like
public
Banksy,
education.
I was like, I want my work to be so good that it's me.
Exactly.
And that's what it was. Yeah, dog. Like, you see a Banksy, you know it's a Banksy, bro.
You see that clean times table sheet? Mm-hmm. That's Big Mike.
Hey, look. Well, you see it's all correct, but it might be a little wrinkled. The smudges all over that.
Right. It's like, oh, Mike, were you eating Cheetos again? She's like, no. Dude, do you remember when the Doritos came out with like the 3D Doritos?
Bro, those were so good.
Those were. I think they made a comeback, or they are back, but
I think they are, but they're not. They're not making the impact they used to.
They don't have that nostalgia taste.
But it was a texture thing, because it tastes like. But you had that fluffiness that was crispy. You like when you bit into it. Like those. Like I don't know, bro. It was like a puff. It was like a Doritos puff.
Yes.
Like the Cheetos puffs.
It was light.
Now, I always felt that the Cheetos puffs, even the cheese flavor on them was better than the regular Cheetos. Like, Cheetos were good, but just the flavor of a Cheetos puff to me was just better. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me, but the puffs were the shit. Remember when Cheetos came out with the shapes?
The shakes?
The shapes. They had the different shapes.
Yes.
Yeah, those were good. I don't know. Just shit.
Dude, they discontinued it, but it was like a knockoff version of Goldfish. It was called Dolphins and Friends.
I remember Dolphins and Friends.
Dude, that was my favorite. We would go to like Sam's Club or whatever the Costco shit is, and they would have them in those big fucking containers, and I would just get like gallon size bags and just eat them all day.
What was even better than Dolphins and Friends, because you can only get them at like Dollar General or something, were the whales. Do you remember the whales?
Oh, I've had them.
They were way saltier. Bro, I would kill the whales. Oh my God, those are so good.
I love capitalism.
Yeah,
Instead of goldfish, I have my choices.
I'd go to my white friend's house and they get goldfish, but then they come back like, oh, we getting whales here. Oh, these are so much better.
It is.
Do you remember? Okay. I never had a chicken and a biscuit till I was like 16. I didn't even know do you know what I'm talking about? The crackers, the chicken and a biscuit?
No, I never had those.
Bro, I gotta put you on. Like someone put me on. I was like 16. It's a blue box, and they're never that big, but it's literally called chicken and a biscuit. It's got a chicken on it. You get them at Walmart. I don't even know if they sell them at King Supers, but they're crackers that taste like it's like they've got like this like like salty like chicken powder on it, and it's like
Ooh.
yeah, it's like and it tastes it's
some garlic salt.
It's really good, bro. But you eat it, bro. Eat it with some cheese whiz. Oh my god, eat it with some cheese whiz.
Shit.
That's how, and that was like that changed my life. First time I ever had a chicken and a biscuit with some cheese whiz on it, I was like, hey yo, what the freak?
I didn't really start eating meat until I started working at Chick-fil-A when I was 16.
What?
Yeah, and then I had a chicken nugget, and I was like, what the fuck have I been doing with my life?
Were you like vegetarian?
No, I just didn't like the texture, and I guess I had some traumatic childhood events where I remember I was at a friend's house, and they overcooked the chicken, and the hot dogs were super burnt, and I didn't want to eat it, and they were like, you're going to go to timeout, or else you're gonna, if you don't eat it. And so I ate it, and I threw up. So then for a while, I was like...
Because it was overcooked? Overcooked chicken and hot dogs?
Dude, overcooked chicken is the worst.
What kind of family was this?
This was a white family.
It was a white family?
Of course it was. This was a white family in the 90s. Those hot dogs were overcooked, but they were probably boiled first.
Oh, God. What?
You've never had boiled hot dogs?
No, I've had boiled hot. You said boiled first. So
No,
did they boil them and then throw them on the grill?
No, I was just fucking around. But
I mean, boiled hot dogs was a staple.
yeah. Shout out to my single mother. It was boiled hot dogs, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and Domino's. That was what I survived off of.
Boiled hot dogs, hamburger helper. Bruh, a lot of hamburger helper. But my mom cooked though too. Like she would cook that stuff if we were that broke, or if she just didn't have time or the energy. Because my mama was steady cooking, bro. Like, and if she, yeah.
My dad's side of the family cooks a lot. My mom's side, not so much. So, and then she was a single mom and raising 3 kids and working, and the Domino's man was like my dad. It was like, it's good to see you again.
Yo,
he's like, son, try the thin crust next time.
There's that joke that said, hey man, what's the difference between your dad and the Domino's?
What?
Domino's, it was a joke about it. Was, the original joke is fucked up. It was racist. It was like, it's the difference between a black man and a large pizza to feed a family of 4. Yours would be what's the difference between your dad and the Domino's delivery guy. The delivery guy fed your family.
Yes,
that's reversed
good.
It finally.
Yes, racism has been defeated.
With
we can tell Jew jokes now, right?
That's the only way to defeat racism.
There's more racism.
More racism.
You got to go above and beyond.
Yes.
You're just so extreme.
Until we just break it. It's like a fever.
Exactly.
You got to break it like a fever. You got to sweat it out. You got to let that bitch get up to 103 in your sleep, and then you wake up sweating. And you're like, oh, and you're like, wait a minute. I don't feel as bad.
You're like, the sun's shining today.
My pillow filled with sweat, but I don't, oh, shit.
You get stuck in that fever dream, though. You are fucked.
Did your parents ever, did they ever make you just like break a fever by doing that?
No, I didn't get sick a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I had like strep throat once, and then I didn't really start getting sick until my little gremlins decided to bring shit home from school. So
I just remember, it wasn't like I got sick that much, but I remember it was like if we like were like really not feeling well, or if my parents were like, oh, you're hot, you got a fever, took our temperature, they would just make it. It was like, go get under the blankets, get in your room, wrap yourself up,
sweat it out.
Just sweat it out. Oh man, Lord.
Yeah, I did that in December. I was like, fuck. I sent you that picture.
Right,
you remember? I sent you that picture. So I sent Mike a picture of just how much I had been sweating, and like I went through, I think 3 or 4 of our sheets.
It looked like you poured like a glass of water, dude.
I would wake up just drenched, and just how do I have this much sweat? and then I'd still get a fever. I'd be like, "Fuck, come on, man, I can't catch a break."
Your body was fighting something hard, bro. That wasn't something normal. Wait,
No,
was that?
That was the.
That wasn't E. coli, was that?
That was RSV, like
back.
a really bad RSV. Yeah, that turned into a fucking sinus infection, and then somehow in the middle of all that, E. coli. So, but hey, I'm I'm alive. I'm alive, and I'm fucking thriving, man. How's your comedy shit going, man? You've been doing what you been up to?
It's going all right.
Let our listeners know.
It's been going all right, man. Same old. Switch jobs. So I'm trying to get used to new schedule, and the past couple weeks I haven't been able to hit as many mics. I'm still hitting the mics whenever I can, but just because of others, like the new job training, which thankfully though is at a place that hosts a mic, like one of the main mics, here in Denver, which is cool. But I mean, yeah, I gotta get on my social media and get more active.
If anybody wants to do our social media, please, because I hate it.
I just gotta stop being so lazy and prioritize my time better. And I don't know.
Hey man,
I realize I gotta really start investing time, and not just in all of it. But yeah, I mean I've got shows coming up. People are booking me. So it's I don't have anything to complain about, bro.
I mean, you're like, I'm not hitting as many mics, but it's like, yeah, because you're used to hanging out with Beaver where he drives you around, and it's just like, we're going to hit 12 mics in the next hour. You're like, what?
Shout out Beav, dog. I mean, that's what we did for months. Like, that was me and Beaver, and we were like, it was for a few months, like last year, when it was like at the peak of the amount of mics we would hit, like, on a Monday, Rover. We'd hit Rover and Lions Layer. I swear there was another mic.
There was the one Skylark on Mondays for a little bit.
There was Skylark, and then on Mondays, Black Buzzard was on Mondays too, wasn't it? For no, that was Tuesday. That was Tuesday. But yeah,
what was the underground? It was like a
Black Buzzard.
Okay.
Oscar Blues, which is back
Oscar
now.
Blues, that's it.
Which is back now on Tuesdays at 5:00.
Oh,
so yeah, you can hit it before New Talent Night. That was, but yeah, dude, it's like you hit 3 on Monday. There were Tuesdays you could hit 5 to 6 on a Tuesday. Wednesday, there's a point where you could hit 3. You could hit 3 on a Wednesday, and then on Thursdays, it was like 1 or 2. But you could hit about 10 to. There was a point you could hit like 12 mics in a week. Now it's probably about up there again. If not more now.
I think my second month in doing comedy, I was hitting like 10 mics a week, and I was just dead. And I don't even want to go back and look at that stuff, because I'm like, I've been working on some of these jokes this whole time. and God, I mean, it's good to see how far you come, but holy shit.
Yeah.
You're just like, what was I actually talking about? What points did I get across?
Yeah, you realize you were just working premises. You you realize you weren't writing jokes at all. You're just up there It's just
what's the deal with coat hangers? just yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But dude, I do want to talk about this. I did my newbie set at Comedy Works last night.
Yeah.
Dude, that was insane. The whole experience, just from being ushered into the back, into the green room, and just hanging out back there waiting for your turn, to going up on stage, looking around. There had to be 300 people there? 200?
Okay, so that, I'm not going to lie, last night was probably the most I've seen at a New Talent Night. Actually been in there besides the 1 or 2 times where there was no room for any comics to sit. Even the fishbowl was packed. Last night, there was only room in the fishbowl open. And your show was all the way to the back, and that, I think that room filled up is about 300. It's close to the same as the Improv, 350, but there was probably, I'll say, there was a minimum of 275 people in that building.
It was insane, and I only had 2 minutes, so I recorded myself after yesterday when I was driving home. I recorded myself 3 or 4 times doing the 2-minute set. This is what I want to do. And
yeah, you sent one to me.
yeah, he didn't.
And I listened to it.
Son of a! I knew you listened to it. I was like,
ready.
he's not going to give me feedback until after the show.
Because I was listening to it outside, waiting for Beaver to pick me up. And
okay.
So I listened to it, and I was gonna message you, but then I got distracted.
But no, my goal was just to get laughs, and to get my set, because I just wanted to present, because I knew it was going to get recorded, so I just wanted to present like, this is the free for all appetizer of what Jordan Ward is.
The sampler plate.
Yeah, the sampler plate. Thank you.
When you go to Chili's or Applebee's.
Yeah, let me
the
get
moss sticks, the potato skins and the wings. Please, the platter. Like,
oh yeah, and let's get chips and guac, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys do the quad platter now? But yeah, it was a very giving crowd, and everyone was getting laughs, and I think I did pretty well. I can't really compare that to anything else, because that's the most people I've ever performed in front of. B, like, people pay to go, so they're paying to laugh, basically. You know, you're not gonna just have someone wandering off the street who is like, oh, comedy, and then just like, oh, you're a racist. And so, but overall, like, just the feeling of having the majority of the room laugh at one of your jokes. Holy shit,
I'm
dude.
telling you, man, it's addicting.
Like, when people are talking about chasing that dragon, I get it.
Yeah.
So
that's why I go back every week trying to get back on, dude. Like, that stage, even when it's like a third fill, even when it's just a third people, when you get rolling, when you get a laugh, it still feels crazy. Like I tell people, they're laughing and it feels like the people are screaming at you. You can and you can literally hear it all. Like, it's the way it just comes to that stage, bro. But get your film for sure.
Yes, yeah. I already reached out.
It is it'll ground you a little more, just because you're not in front of those laughs and you really hear exactly what it sounds like. Because from a lot of the sets I'm talking, it's like you're on stage and you're like, oh my God, that was killer. And then you go, it's like, okay, no, I did good, but it didn't hit in the video.
In your head, they're like, I had 17 times more laughs.
You know, like, they just didn't sound. They just don't sound as loud in the video, even though it's like they're mic'd up. But it's like you realize that room is made for all those laughs to come right there to that stage, and it's like bro, that's literally like standing on the mountain. It's like it's like it powers you up. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the only thing I was worried about was, like, I've never had to pause. I had never had to record a set and try and pause for laughs,
which you did pretty good. You did a good job of in that recording that I listened to of you. I was like, oh, he's doing pauses. I was like, yes, like, good stuff. Like,
and dude, oh my God, and I felt like I executed it the way I wanted to execute it. I got the laughs at basically every joke.
Yeah, you did.
And I only wrote like 3-4 technical jokes, like, with punchlines. So, and then when I got off stage, man, my whole body was just like shaking. Like, my hands were shaking like Saving Private Ryan, like Tom Hanks. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh my God.
Yep.
And then, like, I came to, and I'm just like looking around. I was like, that was an experience that I'm gonna remember for a really, really long time. You know, that when I want to quit, I'm just gonna be like, just remember that high.
Yep.
Remember that dragon. You're gonna chase it, buddy.
Yep.
So, dude, it was incredible, and already some of the feedback that you've given me has been, I want to try it out. So I'm gonna try some of that stuff out tonight. And
dude, comedy it's a drug, bro. It's
for sure.
And depending on how you do it, it can be the most wonderful drug that can just take your life, make your life amazing, or it can fucking eat you alive.
Yep.
And then I feel like, because the dragon, it's like, I actually feel, and I could, people can have their opinions, but I'm like, dude, if you're working at this and you're writing jokes and you're going out to mics and you're working on becoming a funnier, a better, more present comic, then that dragon, you'll get it. you'll get it. You'll get those laughs. You'll come back to reality. You'll go have a great set and then go bomb somewhere. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
all right. Let me, because. And that's what you should have came to Lions Lair, bro.
No,
because Crawford's big, and you should have come to Lions Lair.
I know I should have. This was my first time. I was gonna enjoy the moment, so I knew that you or Beaver were gonna be like, "You guys coming to Lions Lair?" and I once I got the feedback from the staff, I just jetted out of there, and I was like, "I'm going home. I'm gonna drink a couple beers. I'm gonna like enjoy this moment." Yeah. And then sure enough, I get home. Beaver's like, "You coming?" I'm like, fuck no, man. I'm not. I sat there for a second. I was like, I should go, but
you should have come to Scruffy's at least.
I also was like, nah, I'm not getting my ass kicked tonight. Not after that.
Dude,
so, but no, after next new talent night for sure. I just wanted to enjoy that because Lions Lair is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about grounding. That puts you under the ground.
Bro, it was a competition. We were literally. It was at one point somebody had got like 2 minutes 2 seconds, and so it was like the moment motherfucker went up there that we didn't like. It was like, oh, somebody's over there waiting trying to break the record. So it was like we had like 3 or 4 people. I was one of them because Drew Gent, he was mad because I roasted him. He was on stage and I was. First off, like I was
the skinny dude, right?
Yeah. Bro, it was funny as shit. But we're just, how we are, heckling. We're roasting them, and then so like it gets to, I forgot what he said, and I just go over there. He said something about black, and so he said something, and I was like, I looked over at Crawford, and he just holds his hands up for 10 seconds. I'm like, I know, and he said 10. I started counting in my head, and then I was on perfect time. I see him at the corner of my eye go 5, and I put my hand with 5, 4, 3, pick up that mallet, and then ding. Bow! Gone his ass. It was like 201, 2.9 something, God. Bro. And then but the thing was, I did it with balls because I knew I was the next person up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well, I know I'm the next person up. And sure enough, bro,
that petty gong is real. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there was one. The last night was it was a fun gong show. So.
Yeah. But I'm definitely going back. What you said about like being a present comic. That's been big for me because it is kind of hard for me to like be present all the time. Mm-hmm. But that's how you build your base. That's how you earn trust. That's how you get more laughs is because you're there and people see you and they don't just see some dude who's coming up who is saying something that's offensive because they know that you're not that type of person. And then the followers come, then the roadies come. All the good stuff.
Yeah, it's something I've personally been told to work on, and about basically the same thing because is looking at the audience, looking them in the eye, and I have a tendency. Ollie Kareem told me about this a while ago, and I've noted, and I'll like look up. I'll just look up, thinking about the next joke or in the middle of the joke, not, and it's like. It's not like it feels like I'm not talking to the crowd. Right. I'm just up there and it's huge because I do notice like a difference when I actually engage myself in the joke with the crowd, looking at them. And it does. It's a big difference because a lot of times I'm just up there. I'm trying to get through the jokes. And it's like, can't do that. You have to sit there and it's like, man, why didn't this joke work? Why isn't this joke working? It's like, dude, because you're just up there.
You're not making eye contact.
Yeah, you're just up there telling a joke. You're not, the people in the audience, they want you to feel like they want you to tell jokes, but they want you to feel like you're telling them jokes, not just telling jokes to the world, dude, to the nether sphere.
That's why at Comedy Works, like that was one thing that I was like, just look at people and like make eye contact and watching them as I was saying the punch and watching them go from like, to smile, to laugh. I was just like, holy, I have a comedy boner right now, and holy shit.
Yes.
Dude, so, yeah, that's one of my things is, like, I try to subconsciously, like I'm talking to somebody, it's just like, hey, I'm going to try and look you in the eyes, and even if there's not a ton of people, just, like, try and, like, focus on one person and just make them as uncomfortable as possible.
And then everybody else can laugh at that situation.
Meta, bro. Yeah, at Thai House, only 2 people showed up. and it was like this couple that had reservations. They had like a wine, like a nice bottle of wine out.
Was it Ty House, Grayson, and
yeah, this was like the second one. This was, I think it was snow. It was cold and
okay.
and yeah. So the whole time, like all the comics are going up, and you can tell they're kind of just like frustrated because they wanted a bigger crowd. But I just came up there and I was just like, grabbed the mic and was like, "Hey guys," I was like, "I feel like this right here would be a nice family reunion for us." And then just the whole time, just sat and stood and just talked at them. So. I like making uncomfortable situations. It just tickles my soul a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to point it out. You have to just, the elephant in the room. Like, well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Sometimes the elephant in the room is just the room.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, look at us. We're here. Like, when you, like those mics where you go and it's just like 7 comics, if that, 5 comics, and, a couple people go up. And then finally, third or fourth person, like, they'll like, man, they'll say something. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm just going to tell a bunch of jokes that everybody in here's already heard 5 times, and that'll get a laugh because it's everybody knows, like, yeah, dude.
And which comedian's laughing because the comedian's laughing. You're like, oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah, like.
Those are the good moments, though, because I feel like that teaches you the adaptability. It's like you got to roll with the punches, because one thing that I'm going to get like as a live, laugh, love sign is just like, comedy. Don't take yourself seriously.
Right. Life's too funny to be mad all the time. Like Cat Williams said, he said, I'm happy. He said, I don't have he said, those bums just be mad. He's like, they're so mad or something. He's like, I'm a happy person. I laugh all day.
Keep pimping.
And yeah, man. But no, I was just thinking, I don't know. I think it'd be funny, right? If I ever did host an open mic, I'd have a rule. And though, like, one of the only rules would be if there's only comics in the audience. If there's one audience member, you can't do it. But if it's only comics in the audience, heckle. Say what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. It's just us.
Make a little thick skin.
Yeah, make make it like if it's just us. First off, we know if you're trying out jokes, we're going to be like pretty critical. Like if it's not funny, I'm like, okay, we're not an audience. We're like that's how people as like comics are. But then like it won't get fun because then people go into fuck it. Like they won't get comfortable. They won't have the confidence because a bunch of comics, and then they'll go into old material that the comics have already heard, and then they're definitely like barely getting any kind of like chuckles, and it's like. I feel like, fuck it. We should, if it's just us comics, it'd be, hey man, talk about something like, hey bro, no, bro. Like we should be yelling tags out to people while they're on stage.
Like fucking workshop.
Like a workshop. Yeah. If it's just us, but the moment a single audience member comes in, the moment one couple comes in,
straighten up.
Regular show.
Yep.
You perform for that. You perform for those people because they're not comics. They're here watching you, so make them laugh. Like, I don't know. And I think that's
I think that's fun. I think you should do it. Just try it out at a long table.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect. I think
That's what I was thinking about too. Because there will be people who like randomly show up. It's just, but now there's a buzz because that show tomorrow.
Yeah, baby.
I think we're gonna have like 30 people, 30 normal people.
That'll be dope. So, by the way, little plug: Long Table Brewing, putting their first showcase. That's Jordan.
Yes. The Long Table Comedy Extravaganza, because I had no idea what else to call it. It's going to be tomorrow, Thursday, January 25th. Show starts at 6. Doors open at like 5:30, 5-ish, just whatever. And then our lineup, it's amazing. Dana Fuller, Will Snyder, Big Mike, Hannah Gray, and Jeff Cohen. So, and then we're going to pack that room out. I'm going to need Beaver or you to take some big pictures, and so I can start pushing that to all the normal social medias, the Denver Park Hill neighborhood group.
On my phone, my camera sucks.
Yeah, dude. So big things are happening, and then I think I've been spreading the word pretty hard on the Monday shows, so I know that at least the neighbors know. So now I just make them uncomfortable. I'm like, so why weren't you at my show today? And there's this one couple that just moved in, and they're like, oh, we're big Chicago Bears fans, so we like Monday Night Football and stuff. And I was like, so it's weird. Monday Night Football's over
It
now.
ended like 2 months ago.
Did you know I'm hosting a weekly show?
A month ago?
Like,
no, last week.
oh, you don't wanna hang out? That's weird.
No.
Just start shaming them. Just
Middle of summer. Yeah, dude, I'm a huge college football fan, so I can't. Dog, the show is at a Tuesday morning, and there ain't no college football even playing right now.
Listen, I work in the day, and so I use Mondays as my recording day.
I gotta take the trash out, and I gotta be there for the mailman when he shows up.
Yeah.
I got a sketchy mailman, so
He opens my mail.
I know he be opening my mail. I gotta get the evidence. I got my camera set up, so
Dude.
I gotta catch him to act like, bro, what are you talking? What? Like, dog, I can't. Wednesday, no, I got my dog got an appointment. The groomer. I actually don't have to go anywhere. He's coming to the house.
But I got to be there for emotional support because my dog gets separation anxiety and then Thursday, gosh,
hey dog,
Thursday.
wait. Hey man, didn't your dog die last year?
Well, about that, I have him taxidermied and he gets a little danky, so I need to get him washed.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had to do that.
Yeah, and Thursday I'm putting my cat down, so
okay.
What were we saying?
Excuses for people not coming to shows. No, but no, it was last Thursday, bro. It was the desert. There was a bunch of comedy shows and like barely anybody at any of them.
It's always hit or miss, It's just like, are people in town? Is it a holiday or is it cold?
10 degrees
right?
outside, which it was like 13 degrees, and it was like ice. Like,
it wasn't even the good kind of cold.
It was like wet. It was actually wet cold for Colorado, which a lot of people were not.
Say.
Everybody was like, "Why does this feel colder?" Then I'm like, "Cause it's a wet cold, y'all ain't. This is
what muggy feels like, boys, and it's cold to your bones."
Yeah, that's what I tell people. I'm like, cause in Alabama it froze over, and the thing is, it gets cold down there. I tell people when it gets cold down there, when it gets in the 20s, it's cold and you feel it to your bones because it's wet. It's wet. That moisture gets on you, man, and like freezes on you. It feels like, dude.
I try to tell people because I've been traveling a lot for weddings, and I was just
say it like that. Weddings.
I'm just tired of having friends getting married. No, shout out to all my friends getting married. I love you all. But I was in Georgia over New Year's, and talking to some people in the party, and they were like, "Isn't it cold in Colorado?" And it was like 45 degrees in Athens, but I had to wear. I brought my heavy jacket, and like it was windy, and I was like, "Fuck this!" And so I was trying to explain that. I was like, "This 45 degrees feels probably like 20 or 15 dry," and they're like, "What?" I was like, "It's a different wet cold. That's such a good word." I was just like, "Nah, it's just humidity, man. It's just
wet cold, just like humid heat is." I would rather this dry heat out here, bro. Oh, when I came, I moved out here in August 2018. Dog days of summer about to start, middle of summer, and I was like, oh my god, this feels amazing. I'm like, ooh, this is, and I look at the temperature, it's like 90 something. I'm like, what the? I'm like, it feels like it's 80. It would be mid 90s, feel like it's 80.
Dude, I moved from Georgia to Virginia Beach, so like muggy to like somehow even more muggy.
Yeah,
and then. Moved to Phoenix, and I lived in Phoenix for 6 years.
God.
And so that was going from like that. The second I landed, I was like, it was like 95 degrees in April. Mm-hmm. I'm like, holy fuck, this is nice. And then, you get used to like the 115s, 110s. And I went out when we moved out here. It was like summer of 2019. It was super fucking hot that summer, like a couple 100-degree days. I was on my porch working. Just enjoying the heat, just living it up, and I got nice and tan. It was just a farmer's tan though, so like half sleeve.
Yeah, bro. I remember just chilling and I'm all right, it's cool. And then people would be coming, sweating. They'd be like, oh my god, it's so hot. It's like 103 degrees. I'm like, for real? No, it ain't. And I check. I'm like, oh, it is.
When I landed in Phoenix, I knew I was like, I'm never moving east of the Mississippi again. Like, and it just keeps getting farther and farther west now. So I'm like, I'm never moving 2 miles west of my house or east of my house. It's like I'm going to the mountains to just disappear, or you'll see me in Montana doing stand-ups at honky tonks. That honky tonk, but donk.
Do you think? I mean, there's got to be a bar or a club somewhere in Montana where like all those homesteaders, like for miles around, all those people that live off the grid,
It's
right?
just a one room schoolhouse.
Yeah, it's like this. The bar is the same church. It's like it's the church. It's the school. It's the county clerk office.
Okay, now that communion's over, guys, can you please pass that wine back to the bartender? We will be serving cocktails after this. Praise
Also,
Jesus.
if you need to file your county tax.
At a church? Absolutely.
Miss Margaret, your your appeal for your for your fruit stand business has been denied. We're sorry.
There's just too many. We've flooded the market.
You can talk to Pastor Robert. Mayor.
Dad,
the county clerk. Yeah.
Dude, a bunch of Californians, though, have moved up to Montana, so I'm sure they brought out their, like, let's start comedy.
I wonder when I bet Montana's going to start feeling like, on a less, like, but, Montana has been, I've known about Montana, people have been buying land in Montana and building, going off they've been for years, and I'm like, Montana's big, it's wild, but there's still only so much space.
It's a lot bigger than you think, though.
No, I know. I'm not gonna lie.
There's only so much.
I looked at it on a
good
map
space.
like literally yesterday, and I thought to myself, like, "Damn, Montana is way bigger than I thought." So it's a lot of good space. But
the issue is East Montana is just like the Dakotas. It's just like a barren wasteland, basically. And sorry, East Montanans. My dad's family's from Big Timber, Montana.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you this story, but he was the first. So he's the third out of 6 kids. But he was the first child born in a hospital.
Whoa!
For the family. So they lived up in the mountains, like it's called the Crazy Mountains. Fucking beautiful. Just out of nowhere. It's like where the east finally ends, and you start seeing mountain ranges. You're like an hour away from Yellowstone or whatnot. And so my granddad, like my grandma, had been in town because they were like, just stay in town because it was a 15-mile trek. And so when he got news that my dad was coming, he had to trek down, and it was like a fucking blizzard during the time.
Like on a horse?
Yeah, something like that. I don't think they had a car back then. It was wild. They are truly mountain men and women. And my aunt just moved back and just bought a bunch of land in Big Timber and built her own house. And dude, it is beautiful country up there. Yeah. Definitely want to get out there. Definitely go out there. It's a great comedy scene. There's a lot of coyotes.
I would love to, dude. I would love to go do comedy for I'd do comedy for anybody. I don't care. I'm
absolutely.
But I would love to do something. Like, I can't wait till, and people talk about how shitty it is, and I'm like, yeah, dude. There's a lot of other shittier things in life than, being in the middle of. I'm like,
I think it teaches you, like, it brings you new perspectives, So it's not just like you're not stuck in the Denver bubble.
Even if I'm having to spend my own money to get out there.
Yeah,
and do it,
dude.
But yeah.
See, the key is we find a producer who does that for us. Oh, making money. Isn't that fun? I looked at something. It's called Podcorn. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's basically like you can apply for sponsorships. Like you can send your analytics to them and propose a deal. And so once we get a couple more under our belt, some more followers, I'm gonna start trying to get. So you might hear us being like, "Ooh, try out these wonderful mushrooms." Because yes, those are the type of companies. Like, and there's an AI company. And
no AI company.
No, I'm. You know my thoughts on that. I don't trust them. Don't trust the robots. So,
if the robots are listening,
fuck you.
Hey, whoa, that was not no.
That was me.
The robots. I think the robots are going to love black people.
I actually agree with that because they're gonna be like, we went through what y'all went through.
Hey yo, wait a minute.
Robots are gonna get empathy from the black people. That's
bro, right? They're learning empathy through Black Twitter.
Oh my god, I love Black Twitter. AI. It's the best thing ever, dude.
We're gonna find out AI just evolved into into a wise old black woman. Which, I mean, hey.
Honestly, if that's what it evolves into, I'm fine with that. I will trust a wise old black baby. AI. Yeah.
Baby. Can't
Honey.
wait till I hear AI say, baby.
Oh, child, please.
Oh, child, please. Bless his heart. Yo, that's a great. I'm writing that. I'm writing that skit. That's going to be, I'm sending that to Key and Peele.
Yes. I was trying to write a joke about, like, what happens if AI starts, like, getting their own personalities.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, imagine having a car that's, like, racist. It's like, why does my car always honk at the black cars? But now that I hear that out loud, we will not be sponsored by.
I got you.
No.
I'll write a dope joke.
Yeah, that's all you. That's your lane. Well, it started out as like, oh, what if my car was emo? And it's just like riding down a mountain road. It's like, does it really matter?
That makes me think of because I guess you can change the voice. Is that iPhone to like whatever it is? Like, do they have like the sassy black woman voice? Do they have?
I don't know, but my boss has his Siri is an Indian guy.
Oh my.
And it is very funny. So I'm sure if an Indian guy exists, sassy black woman probably not.
Yeah, bro.
I told you to turn left.
Right. I wouldn't mind to be just a black guy. Hey man, your turn coming up, big dog. Hey bro, quarter mile, man, make a left. That one street. You hear a snap. Chesapeake, that's the one.
I won't mind to give me the directions like I'm in a small town. Like, all right, you're gonna go past mile marker 10, and then you're gonna take a left. Now you're gonna go across a bend, and then when you get to the bend, you're gonna see 2 trash cans. If you don't see 2 trash cans, you've gone too far.
Now don't ask me. I'll repeat it one time for you, and then that's it. And I'm going to sleep. He's like, wait. What if I get lost? You try to talk to him. He's like, man, I told you, leave me alone.
But what? There's just cotton fields everywhere. Where am I? You're in the simulation.
Oh my God.
We're all trapped in the system of a down.
Oh God.
The toxicity. Oh, they've put out some bangers back in the 2000s.
Bro, they dropped some new stuff in the past few years.
They did?
A couple new songs, bro. Yeah, they're pretty good. Here,
I like the song when they're like, why do they send our kids to war? Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he screams it. Where are we sitting at?
Ooh.
Buzz, 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 buzz.
I don't know that number. I'll call it back. It's a Boulder number.
Fuck.
Oh, that might be my bank.
Ew, Boulder? I want to do comedy in Boulder, see how that...
Oh, comedy in Boulder's fun.
Is it less douchey than I think it is? Like, it's not... It's actually a good scene. It's not like yuppies who live in Boulder.
They're going to take offense to that.
Well, they're not going to listen to this podcast. They're rich. They're living in like $2 million, 1,500 square foot homes.
Well, the only comedy I've done in Boulder has been at Vision Quest. Like 3 or 4 times I've been there, and I mean they have a decent. The place is a decent crowd. I mean, it's Boulder, so they're progressive in that, in that manner, which I don't care at all. It doesn't affect me, but that's just that you'll see some comics go up there and realize they'll have to kind of change some of the jokes.
That's why I just want
You can make fun of them. They'll laugh.
Yeah. Oh, so they're just self-aware enough.
Yeah, they're pretty self-aware. Yeah. And yeah. But no, the comic I love the comics in Boulder. They're cool. There's a lot of really funny people in Boulder. I just wish they would There's a few that do come to Denver, but there's more of them. I wish they would come out to Denver.
That's such
more.
a drive, you know.
It
30,
it is though.
but
it is.
it's I mean, it's 30 minutes, but it's like 30 miles. So
I mean, you know, Hannah lives in Lafayette. You know, she still comes to Denver, you know, multiple times a week.
You know, my family, when they moved from Montana to Georgia, they moved to a place called Lafayette. But in North Georgia, in the mountains,
yeah, I know Lafayette.
Yeah, I always called it Lafayette
Uh-huh.
until I moved out here.
Lafayette.
Yeah, that's like I came out here and like, oh, I didn't know there was a Lafayette up here, and they're like,
I have an uncle Lafayette, and so that's
okay.
At a young age, I knew how to pronounce.
Well, my family was all hick mountain folk, so they're like, yeah, no, just take a left at Lafayette or Lafayette, Lafayette, and then there's a Fayetteville, Georgia too.
Fayetteville,
but it's not.
Bro, I feel like there's a Fayetteville in like every southern state.
There's
a Fayetteville, Tennessee. I know there's a Fayetteville, Alabama. I think
definitely Georgia.
Definitely Georgia. There's got to be one Mississippi.
Probably two in Mississippi.
Is there Arkansas?
Let's see.
Got to be one in Arkansas.
Let's look this up real quick. And then always Fayetteville, Arkansas. Fayetteville.
Yep. Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yep. I knew. Yeah, definitely North Carolina.
All right, Fayetteville cities in the U.S. Fayetteville, Alabama. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Georgia. New York. Ah, that's a surprise.
Arkansas, Tennessee.
North Carolina, Ohio. Yeah. Ohio's like a wannabe southern state. Tennessee, you're right, Texas, and West Virginia.
Yeah. So there's 8.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8,
10.
10.
Yeah.
I see 8. Where's the other 2? What's the other 2?
I'm looking at West Virginia, Texas, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina, New York, Georgia, Arkansas, and Alabama.
Wait. Because the one I'm looking at says Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, West Virginia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New York. So
and then if you click on the little dots underneath it, it'll show 2 more. Or take you to a website, the Wikipedia.
Okay. See, I'm at a website, but it's
I'm on the internet right now. That always reminds me of the same thing of all the cities is like when you're in the South, it's like First Baptist Church. And you're like, the first ever?
First Baptist, Southern Baptist.
Yeah. First Southern Methodist Baptist, non-denominational Jesus. What?
Oh my gosh! Wait! I'm sorry. I'm on the Wikipedia now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's even more than 10. Okay, Fayetteville, Alabama, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Georgia, Fayetteville, Illinois, Fayetteville, Indiana, Fayetteville, Washington County, Indiana.
Oh my God! Yes, Indiana coming in twice.
Fayetteville, Missouri, Fayetteville, New York, Fayetteville, North Carolina, the largest city with this name. Fayetteville, Ohio, Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, Fayetteville, Tennessee, Fayetteville, Texas, Fayetteville, West Virginia, Fayetteville Township, Washington County, Arkansas.
Oh my God.
Which I guess okay, what is this word? Conterminous with the city above. So we have to figure out that word means.
Why? Why Fayetteville? That's like having MLK in every city.
Conterminous. Sharing a common boundary.
Oh.
So it's its own separate thing, but it's sharing a boundary with the other.
Conterminous? Is that what you said?
Conterminous.
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 Got it.
There it is. I was adding an extra U.
I'm going to make a joke out of that.
You should.
Kind of sounds like cunning linguist, which is also sharing a border.
Wow.
This was the last episode ever recorded of the Bush League Show. Da-da-da-do. Oh, man. Well, unfortunately, I have to go to Costco, and that's going to be an endeavor.
Oh, you didn't already go to Costco?
No, so we might need to wrap it up here in the next 10, 15, unless you want to go to Costco with me. But even
if you get me a chicken bake.
I've
never had one.
I haven't either. I just go for the pizza,
dude. Yeah, no, we used to back when Scott lived when Scott was here, we had a Costco membership, and we would go to Costco every couple. Bro, it was Costco's the shit. So I'm saying I don't care, corporate, all that. People like Mike, I'm like, dude, I'm not in any of your. I like Costco.
I think no, Costco's good, man. It's like it gives me anxiety to go there because there's just so many people, and it's just I get really frustrated because one thing that I really loved about COVID was like they had designated like lanes like you're driving on the street. It's like stay on the right, but it's a madhouse. People are just everywhere and hitting you with your buggies and so. But with that being said, I think they're employee owned. So I think so with that, which makes it, better.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fuck Sam's Club.
Fuck Sam's Club
Yeah.
and BJ's Warehouse too.
What the fuck is BJ's?
Hey,
yo, pause.
You've
BJ's
never? I mean, I
Warehouse.
wouldn't Google that, but
Too late.
it's
Ooh, gross. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just a whole warehouse of dicks. It's like a Sam's Club,
Okay.
Costco type. There was one I think in Georgia, and that's the only. I just remember being 10 and seeing BJ's and laughing. Yeah, because I was a dirty little boy.
Like the is it BJ's? Isn't it like a restaurant or bar now? Like BJ's. You know what I'm talking about?
Here?
It's a thing. It's like a chain, dude. BJ's.
If you get fired from a BJ's, did you blow your job?
BJ's Restaurants and Brewhouse, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a big place. Just, yeah.
Holler at your boy. Yeah, but Costco's the first place where I almost had a panic attack because it was just so chaotic. And then and that was in Phoenix. Then we moved to Denver, and the one Costco that I was going to was the busiest Costco in Colorado. But they just opened a new one up by the airport. So
which one were you going to?
The one off Aurora, or the one in Aurora off of
okay.
like near Havana.
And there's one out in
yeah, I'm going.
Broomfield,
I'm going to that one.
You're going to that one?
Yeah.
That's the one we always went to.
You can go in there for lunch. You don't need a membership.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just walk in. You walk in through the exit.
The exit?
Yeah, and you can just go in and they don't card you or anything.
You can't get to anything else
Right.
in there. Yeah, that's true. Oh,
And that's where the returns are too. So like, just come in with a really long receipt and then just go get your food and people will be like, "Why? You just could have just done that."
Interesting.
But I know I like to be sneaky. I like to feel like I'm getting away with it. It's the little things I do at Costco to entertain myself.
Right.
So
Well, now our conversation's delved into Costco. I think we're sitting about 50 minutes because the first 14 that you weren't.
I'll
being
try and salvage
recorded.
that. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
you can just use my voice.
okay. Just so with that being said, I can hear everybody outside still. I think we should take one of those off the wall next time and put it under against the door. No people allowed. Or just poke your head out the door and be like, "Can you please be quiet? We're recording right now." I'll do it. No, I won't. All right, so
I'm
hey,
pretty sure they heard that. If we can hear them.
yeah, no, for sure. So NFL playoffs, man.
Okay, let's talk about the league.
Yeah. Who do you got?
Oh, bro. Okay, so AFC North. I'm a AFC. I respect the Ravens simply because I don't want. It's not even simply. It's like I respect the Ravens more than I do the Chiefs.
Yep.
We've battled them. We've battled the Ravens.
And
since they've been in the league, they've been our rivals. But I respect it. I respect them more than I do the Bengals or the Browns a lot more.
I always thought the Steelers and the Ravens were very similar blue collar their fan base reflects their team, which is just tough and
both
never out of
supported by
it.
strong defenses. If people, dude, two of the best safeties that ever played in the league, Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu.
Yeah,
dude, you can't. Ray Lewis for the Ravens. We had Debo. We had James Harrison. We've had a number of linebackers. James Ferrier. We've had studs, dude. But yeah, they were similar. But I can't stand the Chiefs.
Yeah, man.
I can't stand, and I think that's a lot of America. But you know who I really want to see it?
Lions.
Yeah, baby.
Come on, I'm fully on the Lions train.
Man.
Dude, I've always like low key rooted for the Lions because Stafford went there, and then Calvin Johnson went there, and even though he played for Tech, he's still Georgia product. So you're like, holy shit.
SEC, dog, and they were always the underdogs. Like growing up, like every time I watched football for a decade and 2 decades, whatever. They were always the underdog. They were always. I remember watching that 0-16.
Oh, that 0-16 season was
they
brutal.
Had multiple seasons where they were barely winning the games, and then you'd watch, and it'd be week after week. They would get so close, and then just lose in the final quarter, lose in the final few minutes, and it was just like it's so brutal. But that man, Dan Campbell,
he's biting kneecaps, man.
Oh,
I read something where it was like, hey, at the beginning of the season, he was like, "It's gonna get tough, guys, but the only thing I ask you to do." We'll get there. You just trust me. And that team, fuck, man. They're fun to watch.
They're talented, but they also have chemistry, man. And he's Dan Campbell. The way his coaching style and the way he's making the game. He's one of the teams. I mean, he's making the game exciting to watch still because there's a lot of stuff going on that's making it really hard to watch with the officiating.
Yes,
and the rules that that don't make sense that we're having to change year after year, and it's like people still there's a lack of fluidity going on, especially with play call stuff. But when you watch the Lions, it's like, oh, he's about to go on 4th down. That's exciting. That's football. That's what I want to watch. It's like, yes, dog.
You feel it. You feel the energy of they know we're gonna go for it, and we know we're going for it. So stop us, motherfuckers.
Yeah, dog. And you can feel it, man. You can feel it watching them play. I can't. But man, they gotta go to.
They gotta go to San Francisco. That's gonna be tough. They last I checked, they were 7-point underdogs. So Vegas is expecting the 49ers to win. I hope. Either way, whatever NFC team makes it, I'm going to root for them. I don't hate the 49ers like I do some other NFC teams. I love the Lions. And then the AFC, I'd love to see Ravens-Lions. I think it's going to be another Christmas Day rematch of the Ravens-49ers game where the Ravens just beat the shit out of them.
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean,
I swear to God, if Kansas City... I want Roquan Smith to take out Travis Kelce. On a nice date and tell him he needs to retire. Because I don't condone injuries.
Yeah, I'm just here for some good football at this point, bro. I want the best possible matchup.
Well, last week the divisional games are good.
Oh, the finally.
Wild card weekend was kind of trash.
Yeah.
There was only that one close game, but
bro, even my Steelers got worked by the Bills. That was hard to watch.
Man, poor Bills. I felt so bad when I heard wide right.
That I had witnessing that, dog.
Oh, you were there. That's right.
I was working. I was bartending, dude. It was because you could feel it. They were in hype, and you could feel the nervousness in the air. And then, bro, when homie missed that field goal, I was I turned around and I was the only one in the bar. I was biting. I was obviously, oh no! Everybody was just
dead quiet.
They disbelief on their faces. Disbelief because they're that really just happened, and it was.
What year was Norwood's wide right? Was it in 1994 or 1993 or something?
Yeah, it was one of those, bro.
Gosh.
But yeah, we were sitting there, and then it didn't take me long. I said, hold up, and I watched the replay. I'm like, no, he did not just miss this field goal that way. I can't even say it. It's hard for
91,
me to 91. It's
just imagine.
Bro,
I have a buddy he's from Buffalo, and I'm in a text group with him. He's just a mess.
this was supposed to be their year at the minimum. Get to the AFC Championship at the minimum.
Yeah.
At the minimum.
And they had Kansas City at home.
Bro,
and
I would have much Ravens Bills would have been.
Ew, dude, it would have been so amazing. It would have been great.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to hear Tony Romo just glazing Patrick Mahomes.
Where's Taylor Swift?
Oh,
gosh. Dude, I don't understand why the NFL does nothing about the officiating. Because it feels like it's getting worse and worse every year.
I have a theory that it might seem a little too early, but I don't think it is. I think that there's major push behind the scenes, and I really think that they're trying to make football push more to like a flag football, 7-on-7. I mean, people might still have people in the trenches, but dude, because I mean they've got the flag football league. They're already banning tackle football in California, which is going to spread to other states. It's just I'm not saying it's conspiracy, but I do feel like that it's a major haul that, and maybe that there are people in the NFL being like, I think like trying to phase out a lot of things, the physicality of it, and trying to change the game. I really do believe that's what's happening right here, but they're trying to do it in a.
Well, they're introducing flag football at the All-Star game this year.
Yeah, exactly. The Pro Bowl. That's another thing. It's like, dog. I mean, that makes sense. I'm not going to lie, that makes sense.
Yeah, no one wants to get hurt in the offseason.
No, they barely play anyway. Mm-hmm. But watching them, because they did it last year.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, they did it last year, and they were still hitting. Oh, they were still like bopping, shoulder, like right. Like it was still pretty physical. But it's like, no. Which. You ever played rugby?
No, but I've watched it.
So you watched it. They hit, they tackle, and you know what they don't do? They don't wear helmets or pads. And you know what? They might get a few more cuts and bruises, but I've read this. This is the research. The amount of concussions and head injuries they have are like
minimal.
Minimal.
Because you put that helmet on, you think you're a fucking missile.
Yeah, you feel it. It's a dude from someone who used to put the helmet on. Once you put the helmet on, it's that power up. It's you get that Super Saiyan level 1. You know what I'm saying? You put the helmet on, lock them chin straps, like let's go time, baby. You know. But yeah, they hit hard. They tackle with form, and it's maybe I think I don't know. I mean they used to play without helmets, but it was it was cuts.
Right.
It was cuts that they were like having to defend. That's why it was just leather at some point, and then.
No, they're like, oh, well, we want to hit you in the head, so what about these really hard helmets?
Instead of cracking skulls, we'll just shake your brain.
Exactly.
Okay.
We can't see it, so it's fine.
Yeah, we
There's
can't.
nothing to see here,
Not
guys.
until 15 years later, and you're killing your wife and yourself.
Ooh.
Yeah, dog.
Deep cut.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of things which the safety, the technology helmets has gone up tremendously with the things that they have. They've got sensors in helmets now. Like they can tell when someone's been hit too hard. Like, hey, that person might have a concussion. Like I've seen a couple times this season where someone would have to get pulled out of the game because someone yo.
They have spotters now.
Yeah, they took this hit, bro. Go check on them. Mm-hmm. Give them a concussion test right now. Which I'm like, okay, that's the stuff I like. That's cool. Be proactive in the game. Do that, but don't sit here and just take the integrity of the game away. We still want to see the hits. We want to see people flying. We want to see, bro. Grew up watching even just recently, if you go the NFL's biggest hits, dog,
Ooh, some of those are amazing.
Some of them are some of them are yeah, that's kind of illegal, but some of them it's that was so clean, but just perfect timing. It was just like that one when the Florida documentary, and when he was talking about the safety or the corner who timed the hit, he's like, I wanted to instill fear in them. And if you watch, and it is the most perfect, it's one of the most perfect timed hits. The ball is literally dropping into this man's hands, and then bow, completely
and you
pulling
just see,
it out of his cleats.
You see his body move, but his head's still there for a second,
bro.
and then it snaps, and you're like, oh.
And it's they would probably call that a penalty in today's game.
Oh,
even
for
though
sure.
It's completely legal. The dude just shoulder.
Yeah, just nice. He led with his shoulder, his
full
body,
speed, bro.
Just,
that's man.
Oof.
Yeah.
Don't want to be taking a hit like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't go out the middle, man.
But hopefully we get Ravens Lions.
Yes, that would be
Hopefully
a
we get
great show. Ravens
Yeah.
49ers would be my second option. And if the Kansas City makes it,
Yeah.
I hope it's the Lions, and I hope they beat the shit out of them.
If the Chiefs make it at all, if it's Chiefs Lions, obviously going Lions. But if it's like Chiefs Niners, the only reason I watch Super Bowl is for Usher. I have to. Usher.
And then there's always rumors. They're like, oh my gosh, Usher?
Yeah. Speaking. Okay.
Does that mean Outkast is gonna come?
I'm switching lanes here.
All right.
But we can end after this. But listen to this lineup. Lovers and Friends Festival. Have you heard of Lovers and Friends Fest?
I saw the lineup. Read it out loud, though.
Dog. I was like, there are people on the bottom of the headline of the list. I'm just gonna do an Instagram on the bottom of the that it's like they would be on the top of some.
They'd be headlining, yeah.
Here.
Dude,
and I'm
it's a
probably
sick
going to go
lineup.
through the entire one.
Is that the one in Pasadena?
Let's see, Las Vegas.
Okay.
Dog. Which I'm like, dog, I ain't never been to Vegas, but this might be okay. So yeah, where's that? Load, please. Okay, thank you. All right, Lovers and Friend Fest 2024. Okay, so the top three. This is the top three. This on the top, and then okay, Janet Jackson,
Holy shit!
Backstreet Boys.
All right,
You're right, and Usher performing Confessions, his Confessions album.
This is my confession.
Yes, the whole album, bro. Right. Okay, second row. Lil Wayne.
Oh my God,
Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani.
How much are these tickets? Like $500?
I'm not done, bro. I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Until the end. Okay. Oh, Lil Wayne performing the Carter 3
Oh,
in its entirety. Come on, dog. 3P.
Shit.
Ms. Officer, you got Dr. Carter.
Oliver loves Miss Officer, by the way.
Let the beat build. Like, bro, that album, a Millie, come on.
A Millie. Okay.
Alicia Keys.
What? Oh, fuck.
Yes. And Nelly Furtado.
I'm like a bird.
Okay.
Keep going.
And then Nas, Mary J. Blige, Sierra.
Holy shit.
Okay. Ludacris, Ja Rule and Ashanti together, and TLC. I'm not even halfway through.
Wouldn't it just be like TC?
Damn.
Left Eye Died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rest in peace. Akon, and I think and Neo.
Dude.
Yes.
Holy shit.
T-Pain and MIA. And that's why I'm like, yeah. I'm not
Fly
done.
like paper, get high like...
Timbaland, Keisha Cole, Brandy, Monica, and Eve. Keisha Cole, bro. Kelly Rowland.
You know they did that on purpose. They're just
Bro,
like all the one names.
Yeah, whoever made this post knew what they were doing. And then you got Kelly Rowland, Sean Paul, Black, Six Black. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That Jodeci, Jason Derulo, Robin Thicke.
Holy shit.
98 Degrees. Now it starts getting old school. 98 Degrees. Tyrese. Majid Jordan, I don't know if you know him. He's famous black. Okay, but Method Man and Redman.
Okay.
Rick Ross, Jeezy, Fat Joe, T.I., Mace, E40, SWV, Escape, Tank, Jeremiah, The Dream, Pretty Ricky, Genuine, I'm Not Done, Mario, JoJo, Maya, Kellis, Lloyd, Paul, Drew Hill, Carrie Hilson, Genuine. Did I already say that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Oh, Kellis Lloyd.
He's
Drew
playing
Hill,
Pony twice.
Carrie Hilson, Lupe Fiasco.
No.
Bro,
What
I'm
the
still not. These are the bottom three lines right here I'm going into. Bottom three lines.
Get your glasses. Just
No, Too Short. Cameron. Twista. Juvenile.
Juvie.
Paul Wall. Trina. Yin Yang Twins. David Banner. Lil Flip. Plies. Mims. Next. Nina Sky. Total. Black. BLK, the R&B group from the 90s. 702. John B. 112. Jay Holiday. Jay Quan.
Who put that on? Not the guy from the Fire Festival, that's for sure. Holy shit.
What? Like, if all of these artists end up like, dog,
That's
insane.
pretty. That's like my past.
That is, huh? There's not enough there's not enough suites in Vegas to hold that many. I mean, there probably are, but I'm like, dog, that.
Fuck. When is it?
May 4th, Las Vegas Festival Grounds, which I think is in the Speedway. That could be wrong.
Yeah, because they just did their like Monaco F1 shit, right?
Yeah. Bro.
That's wild.
And like, I'm talking to the very bottom of the list. You knew who I was talking
about.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bro, like.
Dude, some of those names I hadn't heard. Like, when you said Brandy, I was just
Brandy?
I was like, man, I miss the days when we had singers with just one name. Like
Mario.
90s singers. Yeah.
You know who I'm surprised isn't on here? Oh, Marion.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Now
shit.
I'm thinking, I'm like, it's crazy because I'm like, there's still people that could still be on this. As many people as I just said, there's still people that could be on this.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
R. Kelly does this show from jail.
Stop. Oh, my. Because you know he would be on here.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. He probably would have been one of the first or second calls. So
register now for pre-sale. That starts Friday, January 26th, 10 a.m. I'm doing this. All tickets start at $19.99 down.
What?
$20 down payment.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, they're selling tickets for $20. Is it like a 3-day festival or?
It says it's one day, dog.
That is a lot to pump in one day. If you go to every single one of those shows, you are on cocaine.
Who puts on Lovers and Friends? Because if it almost seems too good to be true.
Yeah, like the Fire Festival. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're right.
You know they're coming back. They're doing Fire 2.0.
Lovers and Friends, wasn't that a Lil Jon? Lovers and Friends, bro. Wasn't that Usher and Lil Jon?
I thought so. I don't know.
And Usher is like on the middle. He's the top middle of the. Wait, no, where was he at?
Yeah, I thought he was center.
He's top center on that. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to freak out right there because
that is wild. Well, you know where the Bush League podcast is going to be setting up shop on May 4th. Maybe we can get sponsorship and go.
Wow, dude, that's insane.
Work with the other podcast that shoots here. Toxic Agents, I think. But all right. All right. You good to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. This has been fun.
This has been great. It's been good to be back in the lab, just you and me. We'll get this out here. I'll get this out today, and then we won't have a show next week because I will be out of town all week. But if you want, you can bring in a special guest spot.
I might. We'll see.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, so if you're listening, today is Wednesday the 24th. Tomorrow is the Long Table Comedy Extravaganza. Mondays are our weekly open mics at Long Table. All start at 6 o'clock. My name is Jordan Ward. You can find me on Instagram, Warden_Jord.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, what up? Yep. This has been another episode. I'm Big Mike, man. You can catch me tomorrow on the Long Table Comedy Extravaganza. A bunch of funny people, some amazing comics, and my girlfriend's on the show.
Hell yeah.
She's probably one of the funniest comics.
She's very funny. You should definitely check Hannah Gray out. She's the best.
Heck yeah, the freaking best. I've got a couple more shows coming up in February. I can't remember. I don't really have the dates off the top of my head because I'm very unorganized like that. But if you want to catch me on Instagram, I'll be posting everything on Instagram at black_Hagrid, like the character from Harry Potter. Because yes.
Do you think white people want to type in like African American _Hagrid or
person of color underscore
POC Hagrid?
Yeah, POC Hagrid. That's what they want to say. Which, by the way, to anyone that says person of color unironically, please stop that. It is just a formal way of calling us colored.
Actually,
yeah. And you're like, also, you're just putting, when you say person of color, you're basically putting everyone under that. They'll say it for like Indians, Mexicans, and it's like, don't do that. Just tell people, call people what they are. We call y'all white. Everybody calls white people. You don't. My Caucasian friend. Nobody does that unless it's unironic and we're being funny.
Yes. Hello.
Nobody does it. We call you white. So call call us what we are. Black.
But
Mexican.
If you immigrated from Africa, and you're first gen, you are an African American.
You're African American.
And you're also black,
bro. Yeah. Thank you.
Not that hard.
Yeah. But they be hating that. Even the dark Caribbeans, the black Caribbeans, I know black, I Dominican. Like it's a thing because black has been, it's it's the American, it's the American description for people of color, black. But, we see us as African, black people that grew up in America. It's like having this viewpoint on the rest of the world. It's like, dog, y'all get treated like this. We get treated like this everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. Go to Europe.
Yeah, bro.
It's just
dog. There's racism in India. There's, bro, come on, everywhere. And in some places it's even worse than here, but it's still bad here because the reason makes it so. I'm done. I'm not going to get on this tangent right now. The thing that makes it so bad here in America is because we have every opportunity, every resource, and every reason to educate ourselves and put ourselves above it. But generation after generation,
it's the shame.
We decide.
It's the white guilt of like we have all those resources, but then we have to acknowledge that slavery happened and people were literally put on ships from a different continent and then put in shackles and by white people, by another human being who just looked like fucking mayonnaise, So I get it.
We're ending it right there, and we're clipping that. That is the.
I just made Mike's life,
bro. That's gonna go viral. D.O. Hewley's gonna repost that. I wish we had this on camera. I really wish they could see you saying what you just said because they'd be like, okay, well, if that guy can say it, if he can realize that this shit's and have some, like that's all it takes. That's literally all it takes, bro.
Yeah,
listen.
I'm a big history buff, and people have been doing that for years, but people still acknowledge it.
Sorry. Have you seen? There's a video of this. It's a camera crew, and you can tell they're like white guys, but they go to this. They go to a conservative rally, political rally. I'm not just going to say Trump rally, even though that's what it is. But there was a conservative, right-wing political rally, and they go, and he's asking people, and he's literally being very blunt. He's a straightforward question. What was the reason behind the Civil War? Why did we fight this? Why did the Civil War happen?
States' rights.
Bro, and people were like, oh, man, there are people literally going like, I don't know, man. Literally acting like they're either acting or they just.
No, the people who go to those rallies are uneducated.
And it's multiple people. But then you have people and they literally, and you hear them trying to talk around, the states, they this and this and one woman was trying to be really smart and she completely was she immediately knew what they were doing and she outed herself because they're like, what caused the Civil War? And she goes, and goes in this rant about, racism. Like, racism is like, I had a black guy come to my door the other day. Like, literally, this is exactly what she's trying to like go on this about racism in America. And then he's just like, no,
racism doesn't exist.
No,
because people are allowed to walk wherever they want.
Ma'am, I asked you what started this. So like about slavery, and she's like, and then the video just cuts, and it's like I want to see what she said after that, but like it's pretty telling. Like there's certain people out there that would much rather just completely ignore or stay in their ignorance. Cognitive dissonance, man.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same reason people don't want to address harsh truths because they don't want to feel that vulnerability. And how are you going to grow? How are you going to acknowledge that wrongs were made and be able to move forward when you can't embrace the fact that you guys fucked up. We fucked up. Own it, okay? It's been 200 years. We don't need to keep doing this whole states' rights.
States' rights.
States' rights to what? Own people as property.
Oh, man. Okay, well, yeah. We should end it there.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. A great episode. We will be back soon. You're listening to the Bush League Podcast. Bush League, goodbye.